YouTube, what is going on? DA Comics here, and welcome back to another comic pickups video. This is going to be my last video before the holidays. I am heading home later today. Hopefully this video will be uploaded today, and I can head home later for the holidays. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. I will probably have a couple more videos before the end of the year, but I'm going to be gone until after Christmas. So, wanted to show you guys my comic pickups today. Only got a few books because it's only 1 week's worth of pickups, and not, you know, the multiple weeks that my last couple videos were, because I was catching up on these videos. If you did miss those videos, you can check those out on my channel. They are my last couple of uploads. Had a lot of books, and both new and old back issues. Some of them featured up here. But as you can see, this week I do have one slabbed CGC book. Had to complete my wall. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's one empty space there. So I had to fill in that space. Had a little bit of spending money from some birthday money that came in, so had to get a comic to fill in that space, and it's a very, very awesome one. So I'm just going to dive into these books. Probably going to be a shorter one today because I do have to edit, render, and upload this video within the next couple of hours before I am heading out of town, so probably going to keep it a little bit briefer, but we are going to talk about the new books first here. So first book I picked up this week is Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth, issue number 7. This is the last issue in the series, Dawn of the DCU. Yeah, I have no idea what the heck was going on this whole book. This issue was actually pretty good, but the whole series, I mean, like I told you guys, I've only just recently started picking up DC books again, so I'm a little bit lost when it comes to the whole DC lore. So I was having a little bit of a hard time following this story. I did read every single issue, but I feel like it relied a little bit too much on past knowledge of, you know, Crisis on Infinite Earths and all of these different characters. I wish it was a little bit more entry level for us DC lore newbies. But maybe there will be future DC events like that. It didn't discourage me from picking up future events. Like, I know Lazarus Planet starts next month. I'll probably pick that up. But yeah, it was good. Nothing too crazy. Kind of just wrapped everything up real quickly. Seems like Nightwing's going to be the new leader of the Justice League or something like that. I don't know what they're doing with it, but that's going to be interesting. So, looking forward to that. Next up, we got Strange, issue number 9. This is Legacy 425. And this was a really, really good issue. This series as a whole, I've enjoyed it. But there's been individual issues that haven't really hit as hard as others. Specifically, the last couple of issues have been kind of like filler. This was not filler. This was very much, it was part 1 of a new story, essentially the climax of the arc of the series up till now. And it was very, very good. It featured Clea and Harvestman, Stephen Strange, teaming up and storming the Emerald City compound where the Director Nunn, or whatever his name is based out of. Very, very good. Very, very good read. I like Stephen and Clea's dynamic, specifically like this era. And I really like what they've done with Stephen Strange, making him the Harvestman and his new aesthetic. Like, he's actually really cool. I think it's a really cool path for his character, and I think it'll allow them to keep this series going with Clea as the Sorcerer Supreme while still having Stephen Strange as a major character in the story. I think that'll work out really, really well. I'm sure at some point they will restore Stephen Strange back to some semblance of living. He'll become Sorcerer Supreme again. I'm sure that's in the cards, but I like where they're going with it for now, and I'm just going to enjoy it as it is. So, moving along, the last new book I picked up is my favorite one, and that is Vanish, number 4. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite books coming out right now. Favorite creative team in comics right now, Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. This is the last issue in the first arc, but it wasn't really like a conclusive ending, because this story really seems like it's just going to kind of keep going, kind of like The Walking Dead or other books like that, where it's just kind of a continuous story. That's kind of what this felt like. Like, it was a conclusion, but also very much continuing on into the next issue. Now, another cool thing about Vanish, if you didn't see it in my last issue that came out, or no, 2 issues ago, it's a couple months ago, Vanish does a 1 per store foil variant, And with issue 2, I actually got it at my comic store on the shelf for cover price, and I was very excited about it. That was in one of my pickups videos. I don't remember which one, to be honest. And that happened again. I got issue number 4, 1 per store foil variant. I went to my comic store right when they opened, and I thought to myself on the way there, I was like, man, it'd be really cool if I got the foil variant. But I didn't really expect to, because when I went there for issue 3, they obviously didn't have it. You know, it's not easy to find. But I went over to the Vanish section, I started flipping through the variants, and sure enough, I almost missed it. I looked at the stack of like 5 or so books, and I was like, oh, it's not there. And then I started flipping, and I flipped it up, and I just like, I was in this empty comic store, so I was like quietly just freaking out excited, because I love these. I think they are so cool. I like the rarity of them. Being 1 per store is just really cool. Like, I am the only person who got this variant from this store. That just feels really cool. And for any issue to get it for, I'm glad it could be this issue, because it is a really cool cover. It's the end of the first arc. It just feels right to get it for this book. So, really, really excited about that. And now at this point, I almost feel like I need to just buy the issue 3 and issue 1 foil variant and just get it for every issue. But that will definitely get expensive fast. But it would be really cool to have the whole series in foil. That would be a lot of fun. So, more comics should do this. This is my favorite thing that Vanish is doing right now. I'm familiar with foil treatments from my trading card hobbies. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, they both do foil as kind of a rare variant of cards. I think that this is the first time I've seen comics doing it in this fashion, and I love it, and I think more books should do it. I think it's a really cool, I think selling it for cover price and just having it mixed in with all of the other books, I don't know if that is required of comic stores or if my store is just choosing to do that. Because they easily could just slap this up and sell it for, $50 or whatever. But he just sticks it in the stack, and then I buy it for cover price. And I think that's really fun, because you feel lucky, It's like, oh my gosh, I got the foil, 1 per store. And that's really, really cool. So I love that they're doing that. I hope they keep doing it for every single issue. I mean, do not stop it. Keep doing it for every Vanish issue. And maybe I will collect the entire series in foil. That would be absolutely insane. But now's the time to do that, because it's early enough in. I could pick up issue 3. I think I saw the foil variant selling for like $20. Issue 1's definitely the most expensive. That's like $75 I was seeing it. But if I picked those 2 up, when they come out, like if you look on eBay right now for this one, you can pick this up for $15, $20. I obviously got it for $4, which is a great deal. But like if I hadn't gotten it, like if it wasn't at my store, then I could just go on eBay, get it for $15, and I could do that for every issue, and then have the whole series in foil. That would be really, really cool. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that. We'll see how sustainable that is, and we'll see if they even keep doing the foil variant. I don't know. They might just be doing it for the launch of the series, and then they'll stop doing it. I hope they just keep doing it for every issue, because that would be really cool. I really love that. So very, very excited to get that. This just absolutely made my day. I was so happy when I saw that on the shelf. So very excited about that. Lastly, got a couple of back issues. This is, like I said, I had some birthday money. Some relatives sent me some money, and I am a firm believer of if you get money for your birthday, you should spend it on something fun. As much as it would be helpful to help me pay bills, I think that birthday money should go towards a birthday present. So I spent it on some comic books. These are most of them. I do have a couple more on the way, so those will be in my next pickup video after the holidays. But these ones came today, so I wanted to show these to you. First up, we have Detective Comics, issue number 288. This is a 10-cent cover price. Not quite in the 50s. I think this is 1961, possibly 1960. I'm not quite sure. It is The Menace of the Multiple Creature. And I picked up this book just because I really love the art on this cover. This is a very low-grade copy. It shows up really well on the camera, but when you get up close, you can really see that it is pretty rough. But it displays really well. The colors really pop, which is really what I wanted because I love the red on this creature. And I think it just looks really, really cool. So, love that cover. Really awesome book. Next up, this is a book I have had my eye on for a while. It has been in my eBay watch list for quite some time because I am just fascinated by it. Now, this is going to come off really weird, but I have to make a disclaimer before I show this book. This next comic book that I'm about to show you guys is pretty racist, which is not good. I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm going to, just to cover my bases. This book definitely depicts some racist Asian stereotypes, which, if you need to hear it, is not okay. I do not condone it. I do not support it. Definitely not okay. But as a collector, it is interesting to me that there was a time when this was put on a comic book and no one really batted an eye at it. So that's why I wanted to pick it up, because it is really fascinating to me as a collector. You could not do something like this today in comic books. So without further ado, that's my disclaimer. I do not support what this represents, but it is Wonder Woman issue number 158. It is featuring the Oriental Egghead and his mustache trap, pitting Wonder Woman against the Fury of Egg Fu. Now, that's obviously kind of a racist stereotype. I don't think that really needs to be said. So like I said, I didn't get this book because I find it like funny haha or anything like that. I think it's wrong. I think it's offensive. It's not good. But I wanted this book because I think it's really interesting that this was okay at the time. Like, it's obviously not okay. I'm trying to, like, vocalize this in a way that doesn't come off totally wrong. I just am fascinated by the existence of a character like this. I think it's ridiculous that this ever came out. And so when I saw this book, I was like, okay, I have to pick that up because that is just so crazy, so outlandish, that I wanted to own it. So I got it now. Absolutely crazy book. And yeah, that's all I can really say on that. We're not going to be going to cancel DC for this because obviously it's not the same people at DC as the people who made this. And also you got to remember it is a relic of the times, because back when this came out, I'm sure no one batted an eye at this. This was just like, oh yeah, it's this evil egg. And nowadays, I think we realize that maybe, there's something going on there. But, yeah, interesting. But last book I picked up is not a racist comic book. This is my CGC book. Now, I wanted to add to the wall. And as you guys know, I've been expanding this wall over this past year, which I'll be talking about that more in an upcoming video. I'm going to do kind of a best pickups of 2022, end of the year kind of video. But my CGC wall, I've been trying to have a variety of all the comics that I enjoy and collect. So I have, obviously, my Spider-Man ones over here. I've got my Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman area here with Venom. Obviously, Thor represented. We got Vanish. We got our DC books with Superman and Batman. Up on the top row above the camera, we've got Silver Surfer. We've got Ghost Rider, Walking Dead, all of these awesome books. So when I was looking for another CGC book, I thought, what's a comic that I don't yet have up there? One of those is Hulk. I did not get a Hulk book, but I do want to add a Hulk CGC book up there because it's notably missing, and I love Hulk. But another one is Wonder Woman. So I started looking for a CGC Wonder Woman book, and I found a pretty cool one. This is Wonder Woman issue number 7, volume 2, issue number 7, from 1987. This is CGC 9.4. It is the first appearance of the new Cheetah, the Dr. Barbara Ann Minerva Cheetah, the one depicted in the last Wonder Woman movie. And I really picked up this book. When I'm getting a CGC book, I generally like to either find a cover that I really, really like, or a key issue, or a signature. I don't like just any old random comic, right? I mean, I have signed books. I have first appearance of Doomsday. I have a cover I really love, things like that. And so this kind of checked a lot of those boxes. It's a really, really nice cover, and it's also a key issue, first appearance of the new Cheetah. This is a George Perez story and art and cover. Obviously, George Perez passed away this year, so it's also kind of I wanted to have one of his books because I've never really collected a lot of his comic books because he did a lot of DC stuff, which I was never really big into DC stuff until recently. So I wanted to add that to the collection as well to celebrate his legacy. I mean, he's a legendary comic book artist and creator, really. And so this cover, this beautiful work of art, is George Perez's art there. And wouldn't you believe it? I got this book for $30, which I thought was a pretty good price. I obviously don't know much about DC comic values and specifically this book. But when I was looking around online, I'm seeing it worth $65, $75 in this condition. And so when I saw it selling for $30, I was like, that seems like a really good deal. So I'm going to go ahead and snatch that up and complete my wall. Now, one thing that does bother me a little bit, it's probably not going to show up on camera, but the book is kind of like convex in the slab. Like, I really don't know how to describe it, but it bothers me a little bit. Like, my OCD, I just want it to be nice and flat, but it's like, if you're looking at the comic, like if I'm looking at it from this direction, it's kind of like that, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily damaged. There's nothing wrong with the slab. It's just like bending a little bit, which just annoys me. It's not a major thing. It's just a little annoying. We also got the Dungeons and Dragons ad on the back. That's really cool for the old red cover. Anyway, yeah, so really awesome book. Very happy to have that. That'll go right up there with my DC. That's actually the second 9.4 DC first appearance that I've picked up. I got my 9.4 first appearance of Doomsday, and now I got the 9.4 first appearance of Cheetah. I'm going to have to get a Batman first appearance soon. Those are just a little more expensive. But I got the Doomsday first appearance. I got the Cheetah first appearance. I need to get a Batman one. Maybe that one will be 9.4 too. But yeah, awesome book. Very happy to get it. This is actually probably the cheapest of the... Oh, no, the Detective Comics was like $10. But probably one of the cheapest CGC books I've ever bought, which was very hard to believe because it's an awesome, awesome comic. So very happy with that. But that's actually going to do it for this video. So a lot shorter than my last many comic pickups. But I'm going to wrap this up, try and get this uploaded today, and head home for Christmas. So I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. We'll see you guys again, ideally before the end of the year. Like I said, I want to do kind of a best comic pickups of the year type of video. And then I'm also going to make another video talking about the new comic books that I've released this year. So we have 2 more videos before the end of the year, ideally, kind of wrapping up the year in a bow. So I'll see you guys for those. If you are new around here, hit the subscribe button to see those when they come out. If you want to check out some of my other content, you can, of course, go to my channel and check that out. Yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please show your support by hitting that like button. It really, really, really does help me out a lot. So I will appreciate that if you can do that. I'm going to stop rambling, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.